Excited to be joined now by the Hall of Fame head coach of Carolina football. That, of course, is Mack Brown. And, Coach, thanks for being with me, as always. Thanks for being with us and the Tar Heel fans as well. And, gosh, I have to imagine that this is a satisfying day for you. It's been a busy couple of weeks. Just give us your thoughts, Coach, on your recruiting class in total that you're able to sign today.
It's been a wonderful day for us because 3 weeks ago we weren't near where we are today. And we didn't lose a class, and when you're changing coaches with the early signing date, you really worry that you take some guys you shouldn't have taken. You take some just to get some guys in that class because you hate to lose a whole class. I feel like we got some good players, and a part of that's a credit to Coach Fedora. There were nice kids that were good players that were already in place, and then we were able to piggyback off of them and get some other ones. So I really feel good about our first class. It's been absolute whirlwind. Early signing date changes everything. You're trying to meet your players on the team. You're trying to re-recruit them because it's not Coach Fedora's team, not my team, it's our team. And they need to understand that, and they're needy because they've got a coaching change. What offense are we going to run? What defense are we going to run? And all those questions they've got. Then you're interviewing the current coaches and the staff. And then as you're out all over the country really trying to recruit, you're trying to interview coaches, and that's more difficult than it used to be. So early signing date has changed a lot for the incoming coaches.
Coach, since the last time we met on the day that you were officially announced here at Carolina, you, of course, have hired your staff, and it just seems like a wonderful group of coaches and recruiters. Tell us a little bit about the gentleman who will be joining you here in Chapel Hill.
Yes, again, you've got to get a staff that does what you want to in all three phases, but can recruit, especially this state, and can have chemistry with each other. And when you're running all over the place trying to put these pieces together and you didn't know all the pieces, it makes it more difficult. So I was lucky. I got some guys on board early that I knew that would help us get established in recruiting, and then I was able to put some other pieces together. We're not quite through. We've got 2 or 3 other things we need to put into place, but I really feel good about the staff, and they've worked so well together in recruiting. They're working so hard to start developing the philosophy that we're going to have with input from all of them on offense, defense, and we'll hire a special teams coach later.
Coach, I know, as you said, you've been all over the country really here the last few weeks, but I know how important the state of North Carolina is to you, and you're actually dividing up this state within your assistant coaches, correct?
Yeah, Jones, we met this morning, and I asked the coaches to give me 1, 2, 3 areas that they felt like they would be best in, kind of like the lottery. And then we would decide if they got their first choice or second choice or third choice. So we've divided the state up into 10 different segments. And each of our coaches will go out in the spring and go to every school in the state. Because last time we were here, I think our team that won 11 games the last year we were here, 18 of the 22 were from North Carolina. And we're going to make a priority this state because it is the University of North Carolina. And we've always made a great living with kids who wanted to stay close to home, where their families could see them play, their high school coaches could see them play, their friends can see them play, and they've played against other guys on the team, so it really bonds them together. And then we'll look for superstars out of state, and that's what we were able to do before when we were here and the formula worked.
What has the response been on the road, particularly in this state, to you and your staff here over the last few weeks?
Coaches have been great. It's amazing how many of them, the coaches were assistants when I was here, or their dads were the coach, so there's some ties to them, and the coaches have reached out. The coaches in this state need the University of North Carolina to be good because it brings so much credibility to them, and we've got great coaches in this state. We've got great players in this state, and what we've got to do is get them to come here.
Coach, last thing, you had a pretty neat moment with your staff this past weekend on the Smith Center court at halftime of the game against Gonzaga, where you were introduced and your staff was introduced. I had to think that was a pretty fun moment for you and your staff.
It was, and I have to thank Coach Williams. He was getting after Gonzaga at halftime, so that was a really good time to be introduced. But it was fun, and our fans want the University of North Carolina to be really good in football again. We've got 33 sports, 32 of them are as good as any in the country. We've got to pick up our end, and we've told the fans, you got to help us like you did last time. We need to buy season tickets. If you've got them, keep them. If you don't have them, get some new ones, and let's fill this thing up out here and make Saturdays fun again in Chapel Hill.
He is Mack Brown, head coach of Carolina football. Busy day in Chapel Hill with the early signing period. Coach, great to be with you again as always, and look forward to talking with you again soon.
Go Heels.